Take off my ships. I always say that. Like it's funny. It's not funny. It's funny as I'm talking to myself. So let me act like I'm on camera. I try to set up my little contraption in order to cover up the water heater here. This is how professional I am. I have a mattress there, and every time I open the door, the mattresses fall. I'm like, gotta figure that one out. Everything's coming along. Everything will come along. Everything will happen in its own time. Inshallah. God willing, right? I say God willing. I don't say inshallah for real. Sometimes I do. I like alhamdulillah. I used to know a lot of people that always said alhamdulillah. They probably still say it, but I don't hang out with them anymore. This is when I was going to the mosque and hang around Muslims, trying to fit in. You know, I'm like, yeah, I believe in one God too. Yay. And they're like, yeah. Why'd you? And then they pushed me to the side because I was too Americanized. That's a true story. Thought about writing a book about it. Anyways, this is number 146 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. And this morning on YouTube, a video popped up. When I went to YouTube, it popped up, and it was from Vishuddha Das, Spirituality and Self-Help. Messing that guy's name up. I wish I could speak. Well, I can't even speak English. English is my first language and my second language. That's how bad I am. So I will say Vishuddha Das. And that was the guy speaking on the video. It's his YouTube channel. And I've seen some of his videos in the past, but I didn't really pay attention to them in depth like I did this one, because this one popped up and it said, How to Stop Wasting Your Life. A Guide to Success, Purpose, and Peace. And I also saw he has a book. It popped up on the side. I saw that he has a book too. I clicked on it, but I didn't look into it. I was just looking real quick. Anyways, to the video, he mentions 5 methods that one can use in order to help the person stop wasting their life. And I'll list 5. Well, I'll state the 5 that he listed. And I want to focus on number 3. So the first one, practice the 25-5 rule. As he explains on the video, you just lift 25 things, mark out 20 of them that are not so-called important to you, and then you focus on those 5. That just targets it down in order to help you focus. He explains it better. Go watch his video. I'm not here to rehash everything he said. Number 2, let go of excuses. We just let go of excuses, like he mentioned. Sometimes we fall into a victim mentality, and excuses a lot of times is based on fear. This is what he explained. I agree. Of course, I agree. Makes sense. Number 3, which I will elaborate on after I say all 5 of them, celebrate your small victories in life. And I'll get back to that one. Number 4, commit to physical, mental, and spiritual health. And number 5, don't be selfish, period. As he explained, to live a full life, you have to think outside of yourself and care about things other than yourself. He explains it in more detail on the video. But I want to focus on number 3 because it's what we do on the yoga mat. It's how I teach yoga, and it's how I've been teaching yoga for the last 20 years. See, I learned yoga from a guy named Wiley Ugart, and one of my childhood friends, probably my best friend growing up. I have another best friend too. That's always confusing. Like, hey, that's my best friend. Another friend gets mad. But he's the one that introduced me to yoga, really got me into yoga. And I learned yoga before before Google. I was about to say before the Google. Really sound old then. Anytime you put the on Google, you're old. But this is before Google, before the internet. Well, not before the internet, but before it became popular to learn everything. I learned it from a book called We're All Doing Time by Bo Lozoff. And this is how I learned yoga and learned how to teach it. It's more than the poses. It's a mindset. And number 3 is important because it celebrate your small victories in life. And Vishuddha Das, sorry, I messed up the name probably, states it this way: celebrate the small victories, always celebrate them. This means the daily little things. And this is an extremely important mindset, because on the yoga mat, that is what we're learning how to do this. It's one thing to say, hey, just focus on it, do it this way, do that. Yeah, that's great, but you got to practice it. And you're practicing that on the yoga mat. And we're practicing it on the yoga mat by focusing solely on the breathing. And when you're focused on the breathing, 100% focused on the breathing, what happens is you become aware, capital A. You're aware of what's happening in the body. You're aware of all the little things that are happening in the body. And you're just aware. And then when you go off the yoga mat, you have this awareness of what's going on around you, which will allow you to celebrate the little things that are happening around you. And this is a mindset that becomes a positive mindset, because it becomes a collection of all the little things that are happening for you. And you focus on this celebration and this celebration, this celebration, and this collection of little things becomes your mindset. And you become, you become celebration. In a way, you do become celebration. Of course, this is what does that mean? You are always in a mindset of celebrating yourself, loving yourself, feeling like, man, I'm awesome. And man, this is great, because you're focused on all the little things that are happening around you as positive things. And we're learning how to do that by doing yoga. Every single morning, 5:30 a.m. to 6. And that comes from practice. You have to practice to have this mindset throughout the day by having quiet time every morning in order to gain this mindset. You recharge in the morning, like, okay. And then you take that mindset off the yoga. All right. So, hope that made sense. It's probably not a good way to do my videos where I watch a video like 15 minutes or so before the video, and then I try to find something to talk about in the video. And I just let it happen. Sometimes just letting it happen works out because you're just going with the flow of life. But sometimes it sounds like, man, you have no idea what you're talking about, Charlie. And I don't know anything. Really don't. But I'm not a smart person. Oh, that's not celebrating. That's negativity. I'm awesome. I'm smart. Anyways, we're going to do 2 slow sun salutations today. And we're going to focus on the breathing 100%, tapping into that awareness that allows you to focus. Allows you to be aware of all the little things that are happening in the body. And that's training your mind to be able to celebrate all the little things that are happening in your everyday life, just like the video was mentioning. I point right there because my phone's right there. And that's where the video exists, in my phone. Just like when I was little, I used to try to go behind the TV to see the people to see the back of the people's backs. It doesn't work that way. Just like a video is like 1 0 1 0 1 2 3. I don't know. Anyway. So toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Feet are shoulder width apart. No tension in the shoulders or the arms. Knees are bent. Hips are tilted. You're just focused on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. And then what will happen during the routine, you'll start to think about other things. And when you realize you've been thinking about something else, don't judge it. It's natural. Just bring your focus back to your breathing. And that'll continue to happen, and then you just keep on bringing your focus back to your breathing. It's very important because what happens is you realize you're not your thoughts. You're the thing that is watching your thoughts. Very important, because when you realize you're the thing that is watching your thoughts don't control you. Can't speak. Your thoughts don't control you. You're the master of your thoughts, meaning you can control your thinking. Meaning gain a collection of thoughts, of positive thoughts, instead of negative thoughts. You control all that. And that's what we're learning on the yoga mat. So palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale is the first stretch, so go nice and easy. And then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. And you're just going to fall into ragdoll. With ragdoll, the arms are dangling. The head is dangling. You just let go. So you let the body fall where the body falls. No judgment, no criticism. No thinking like, man, I'm not doing this as good as I can. Let go of that mindset. That's not what we're doing. Those are barriers that will prevent the mind and body from becoming one. And that's what we want to do. That is yoga, the mind and body becoming one. Yoga is not the poses. Yoga is oneness. So you can do yoga while you're washing the dishes. You could do yoga while you're walking down the street. If your mind and body is connected as one, you're doing yoga. So palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You'll pull yourself in and down, pushing all the air out. And then you're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. Just focus on the breathing. But get all the air out on the breath. Focus on the breath. Inhale, arch the back. Then exhale, pull yourself in. Push all the air out. Then arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale. Push all the air out. We're going to do 2 more. Arch the back, raise the head, inhaling. Then exhale, push all the air out. Again, arch the back, raise the head, inhale. Then exhale, push all the air out. Pull yourself in and down. The palms go to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor in the back. Knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is arching, head is going up. Or the back is straight. Either way, the back is straight, you're reaching out. The back is arched, you're doing a scoop. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. If it is, lengthen up some. Palms are to the floor. Maybe you're to your fingertips. Maybe you're here. It doesn't matter. You're accepting yourself wherever you are. And what's happening is you're learning acceptance, which taps into the quote that I just read, the video I just mentioned. Don't criticize yourself. Let go of that. And you're just focused on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. And that focus allows you to tap into awareness, capital A. It makes you become aware. It allows you to become aware of what is happening in the body. So maybe you feel something in your knee. Maybe you feel something in the lower back. Maybe you feel something in your shoulder. You have what the world will call so-called issues, but you're not focused on those issues. You're focusing on the breathing. You're aware of the issues, but you're not focusing on them because you are not your issues. That's a mindset that we're learning. Now, when you're focused on the breathing, you're aware of your issues. That doesn't mean you just ignore them. You take care of them, you handle them, you make them better, but you don't let your issues become you. That is a mindset. So when you go off the yoga mat, something's happening around you, you don't let it become you. That's part of the acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean, hey, you just accept what's happening and you take it in. No, you don't accept it in. You accept that it's happening. There's a difference there. That word acceptance is a confusing word, but very important word once you understand it in regards to yoga. Talking too much, Charlie. Shut up. That's where I need music. I need meditation music. But I don't want my videos get pulled because I'm using somebody's meditation music. So with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, settle in the high lunge just for a second or so. We're using it as a transition pose. And then you go to downward dog. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor. And you're pushing into the pose. 100% focused on the breathing. It heightens your awareness and lets you know what's going on in the body. So you're pushing into the pose right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. When you accept where you are, there's an element of openness in that. You just feel open. Even though you're closed up technically because you're in the downward dog and you're pushing into it, openness is a mindset. And when you're accepting, you are opened. Very important. Mindset that you're taking off the yoga mat of acceptance, of openness, of listening to your body, listening to yourself. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're in the so-called real world, you're moving through the real world, learning to listen to yourself. Someone may say something, you take it in, talk it over with yourself, and then make the decision. Don't just follow. And then you slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest, you slide up. That wasn't a good slide. I was being cautious with my shoulder up, actually. And just focus on the breathing. See, I just judged myself. I just said, don't judge yourself, and here I am judging myself. Yoga, if you let go of judgment, of trying to be somewhere, and just move through these poses, man, it becomes a moving meditation. And then what happens, you take that mindset off the yoga mat and you move throughout the day in a form of a moving meditation. Your day becomes a moving meditation. Then back to downward dog, pushing into it. Really push into it this time. Of course, if you feel like, man, I can't push into it any further, don't. We're doing yoga together. I'm not your guru. I'm not your leader. I'm not even your teacher. You know, this ain't my classroom. I am a teacher, but not on YouTube. We're doing yoga together. Learning to listen to yourself. I'm just telling you what poses we're about to do. We're going to. Just focus on the breathing. And then you're going to bring the left foot up between the hands into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight. If it's straight, you're reaching out. If it's arching, you're doing a scoop. And make sure the front knee is not over the toes. And you're to your palms, to your fingertips. Maybe you're up like this. Maybe you're up here because you can't go down further. Doesn't matter. Let go of that. Once you're settled, you accept where you are. Learning acceptance. Essentially, you're learning how to accept yourself. And then you're taking that mindset off the yoga mat, accepting yourself in the world. And that is important because it gives you a base of where you are. Not living an artificial life like Satchidananda would say. Don't live an artificial life. Be true, be you. And that happens by accepting yourself. And then you can move from there into what you want to do. Just like the quote I was saying from Vishuddha Das. I keep on messing my man's name up. Oh, God. Satchidananda, I can say Satchidananda because I've been saying it over 20 years. Then high lunge, transition pose, then standing forward bend, palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down, forehead's going to the knees. And just focus on the breathing. Now, this pose is extremely, extremely important. And it does connect to the video that I was just mentioning. Because what's happening is you're focused 100% on the breathing. And you become aware of the subtle movement of the belly that pushes you out of the pose and allows you to be back into the pose. You let that happen. So you focus on the breathing. When you inhale, the belly swells with air. It pushes you out of the pose. When you exhale, the belly goes in and you go back into the pose. It's a subtle movement. And you become aware of that subtleness. And then when you're aware of that subtleness, you're taking that mindset off the yoga mat. It allows you to be aware of subtleness around you in the so-called real world, which allows you to celebrate the little things that are happening around you. And then you just become celebration. You become positive. You become happy. You love yourself. Because you're noticing all these things that you can celebrate around you. So mindset, it's all about how you see the world. So reach out, up and back, inhale, and exhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out. And again, inhale, exhale, hinge forward, standing forward, bend again. Put yourself in and down, forehead go to the knees, and focus on the breathing. Remember, 100% focused on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but focusing on the breathing. The left leg is back into a low lunge, feeling opened. And this is a mindset here. You're open. So if you're thinking, man, I'm down here because you're like this, because you have something with your back, don't judge it. Openness is a mindset. I can't stress that enough, man. It's a mindset. So you let go of judgment. Let go of judging yourself. You get into the pose, do the best you can, and feel opened. You take that openness that you're learning on the yoga mat and applying it in the so-called real world. You're feeling opened throughout the day, open to new thinking, new ideas, new adventures, open to making this decision or that decision. It's a beautiful way to live your daily life. Openness also entails acceptance. Learning to listen to yourself. Open to listening to yourself. In 2019, you want to listen to yourself. I'm telling you. That's my opinion, of course, right? And as being in the circle of people that teach yoga, you have different levels. They're all great. No one's better than another. But in the way I teach it, it's more realistic in the sense of the lows off book, we're all doing time, and just how I was taught. You want to be your own guru. Don't just follow. And then some people say, hey, you need to get a guru. Do that too, if that's how you feel. But I'm about being your own guru, man. Be your own leader. Don't listen to others. Take in what they say, analyze it, talk it over with yourself. If you believe in God, talk it over with God. Then make the decision. High lunge. I know there's more to being I know there's more to having a guru than that. Then downward dog. Pushing into it. Really push into it now. And if you're feeling, man, I can't push into it now, listen to yourself. We're doing yoga together. I'm not your guru. I always say that. It's not because I don't want to be your guru. That'd be cool to be a guru. That wouldn't be right. I want you to be your own leader, your own guru. Slide in the upper dog. Feeling open. If you need to modify it, modify it. You modify it by going to the cow. So hands and knees, arch the back. Or you do the small cobra. Small cobra, chest is off the floor. Palms are touching the floor, but you're not using the palms. You're using the back muscles, pulling yourself up. Back muscles are pull muscles. So you're using them to pull yourself up. Now, it wouldn't be good to be a guru, actually. I just thought about it. Not really. A lot of responsibility. You have to make sure you're tapped into the oneness. Next thing you know, you're not. You've been telling people an illusion. Too much responsibility. Really push into it. And now left foot is up between the hands into a low lunge, feeling opened. Again, openness, feeling opened. Mindset, tap into openness, acceptance, awareness, aware of everything that's happening in the body. That all happens by letting go of judgment, letting go of criticism, letting go of trying to be somewhere. Just accept where you are. And that allows you to accept who you are. It's all one mindset. The words that I'm using is messing up that there's oneness, because language in itself just separates. So difficult to use language. This is an experience, actually, but can't explain my experience without words. This is where I know I need music for my videos. So quiet. Probably why I talk. I talk more than I do in a regular class, because there's not that pause. I don't want people to fall asleep. No, it's not that. I want you to know I'm here still. High lunge. Standing forward bend. Put yourself in and down. Focus on the subtleness of the movement of the belly and the body. Let it happen. Don't control it. Let the body go where the body goes. Accept you're feeling open. Even though it's natural to think, man, I'm closed up. I'm feeling closed. Nope. Once you're in this pose, you tap into acceptance. Boom. The world of openness happens. You're open even when you're closed up in this pose. You're free. You're free. Freedom. Then reach out, up and back. Inhale. And then exhale. And then you're going to go to mountain pose. Now, with mountain pose, remember, feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. No tension in the shoulders or the arms. No tension in the neck. And you're going to line yourself up and let the bones stand on top of each other. So if you were just your skeleton, You find in that spot where the skeleton is just standing. You're focused on the breathing. Very important. So here, you're focused on the breathing by watching the belly. So when you inhale, the belly expands with air, and then when you exhale, the belly goes in. You're watching that, or bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. You're focused on that. Now, what happens many times when you're watching yourself breathe, you start controlling it. You realize you're controlling yourself. You're controlling your breathing. Let go. Don't judge it. Just let go and continue to watch yourself breathe. So you're already breathing automatically. So you're just going to watch it. And then what happens? You'll start to think about other things. And then when you realize, hey, I've been thinking about something else. Don't judge it. Just bring your focus back to your breathing. Then it'll happen again. You'll start to think about something else instead of your breathing. And then you realize, hey, wait, I'm thinking about something else. Bring your focus back to the breathing. And you continue that until you're just watching yourself breathe. And what happens is that you realize you're the thing that's watching yourself breathe. And you realize you're not your thoughts. And the way I teach yoga, when you realize you're not your thoughts, then you can be the master of your thoughts. And you can get a collection of positive thoughts. Have a positive mindset. You can get rid of all the negative thoughts. You can create, in a way, your own reality. Be happy. Be peaceful. We're just going to stay here a little bit longer, so just watch yourself breathe. Bring your palms together. That's it. So that's yoga routine. What is it? I have my calendar right there. So when I look over here, I'm looking at my calendar. 146. 4 almost looks like a 9, which is 56, 66, 76, 86, 90, 50 routines away. No, it's 146 YouTube Live Yoga routine. AM, Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.